So her timeline is really weird. Okay, November 30th, her parents supposedly left November 29th, and then on November 30th, she went to back to work from maternity leave. She had to go to Memphis for work. So she says she left at 4 a.m., took the baby to a babysitter's house, got off at like 4:30 in the afternoon, picked up the baby and at like 6, and then went to Walmart and stopped in the parking lot, breastfed, and then got Chinese food. And then she got home at like 8, and she was talking with Kirby and asking where he was, which he said he was at a tire location about 15 minutes from home. Now, she told the officers it takes her about 30 minutes to get to her home from Walmart. That's not true. Um, unless she drives really slow, because we've been there into that house and it's probably about 15 minutes it takes. She got home, his truck was there, and he wasn't there. The garage door was open, but he wasn't there. No lights were on. Nobody was home. And she said she didn't think anything of it. And the next day she got up and he wasn't there. And she went to work. And then the following day, he wasn't there. And his mother started asking where he was and was going to come over. So her story is she walked up this steep embankment to see if she can find him because she thought maybe he was at a deer stand. Mind you, she said she was holding her baby daughter, walked up, and then she noticed his body laying about 30 feet from the carport. But when they tried to have her walk up that embankment after, she couldn't get up the embankment. So how'd she get up with a baby in her arms? Um, Kirby's truck was locked. It had groceries in it from Kroger, and she called 911 when his mother said she was coming over. Then after the fact, they started going through all of his stuff, and his attorney, his estate attorney, like took the collectibles and locked them up at the armory. That got broken into. So he took it to his office. That got broken into. December 20th, they moved away. Caitlin did. And then she went ahead and went on all these vacations and trips. And she would drive around in the biggest U-Haul you can get with her daughter, visiting family and stuff. She didn't cry on the stand. The only time she cried is when they asked if Kirby would call her names. That was the only time. And then she stated that her dad did come back from Virginia to leave rugs under a bucket for Kirby and then left. And then later on, months later, he admitted to her that he killed Kirby. There is no DNA, cell phone, nothing. The cameras were cut at the home. They weren't on. She stated she doesn't know how they work. Come on. We're like, everybody knows how their camera system works. Get real. I don't care who you are. If you're a millennial like she is, you know how it works. Um, yeah. And then the only evidence the defense has is a text exchange from her and her mom on the 30th, and her mom said, "Oh, your dad just let the dogs out in Virginia, and he's gonna make hamburgers." And she said, "Oh, okay, that's it." Cell phones weren't on when they drove home, supposedly. So I definitely feel like Caitlin premeditated this, and she is the main reason why Kirby is dead. And I don't know. I mean, I have theories of other things that could have happened. The defense kept bringing up his lifestyle and his dealings. Um, I don't know. It's really weird.